When I started this retrospective, I completely forgot that this was in the Spielberg canon. Also, when I saw the names that were involved with this movie, I couldn't believe I had never seen it before. You got 4 of the most famous and inspirational directors of the time, John Landis, Steven Spielberg, Joe Dante, and George Miller, coming together to make an anthology film of one of the most popular television shows of all time. It's gotta be a masterpiece, right? Well, no. There's a reason why this movie isn't talked about a lot. First, let me acknowledge that I didn't grow up with the Twilight Zone and haven't seen many episodes. And since this is a Spielberg retrospective, I'm only going to focus on his portion of the film. But even that's going to be difficult because Steven Spielberg's segment is the least interesting part of this movie. While the first segment, directed by John Landis, isn't great, there's lots of scandal surrounding it because of the 3 actors who were horribly killed on the set during filming. There was a huge case around it, with some people pointing the blame at John Landis. Spielberg and Landis were friends, with even Spielberg making a cameo in his film The Blues Brothers, but the tragedy soured their friendship. Spielberg's section of the film is about a retirement home and has one of the saddest openings I've ever seen, as one of the elders' families refuses to hang out with him. He's even got his bags packed and everything. What a horrible family. Scatman Carruthers, who's new to the home, gets everyone to play a game of kick the can so they can all feel young again. Then they actually do turn young again, which doesn't seem to bother them that much, reminding all of them what it's like to be young and alive. Maybe the problem lies with the fact that it's an adaptation of an already existing short, or that it's too short of a subject, so you can't really explore all the possibilities. But my biggest problem is, it's just too corny. This is the Twilight Zone. It's supposed to explore the weird and unnatural. And while it doesn't have to be scary, it's still way too cheesy. My thoughts are that Spielberg loved the original episode, and he loves exploring themes of childhood and innocence. With E.T., he practically trademarked the whimsical and nostalgic feel of being a kid. But this is far too self-indulgent. Scatman Carruthers just comes off creepy in some of his scenes, and some of the kid actors are just awful.
No problem for us. We'll just knock on our son's door and say, "Let us in, Mari. We're your parents."
Which is surprising because it's Spielberg, but listen to this kid.
There's a destiny that shapes our ends, rough hewn though it may be. Well, let's away!
I laughed out loud at these scenes. Around this time, Spielberg was very interested in doing a Peter Pan adaptation, and I almost feel like this was him testing the waters. I don't even get this. Does the old guy stay young forever and fly out the window? Does he die? Twilight Zone the movie didn't go well with critics at the time either. Luckily, the segment is so short that it in no way soured Spielberg's career at the time. He'd go on to prove that even if he couldn't make anything into gold, he could certainly grow as a filmmaker.